Well, howdy there guys, this is Joe at TJ and I have no idea what I did with my weird accenty intro there. And what have I done? I've messed this up. Okay, so as you can see, I'm in the... Why is this not... Do I not put these in here? These not going... Okay, I guess not. Oh, that's a great way to start an episode, isn't it guys? Okay, so, hi guys, this is Joe at TJ and welcome back to Omega 3. Now, we've been very busy working on this. Now, as you can see, a lot's happened since the last... kind of like video. I'm not sure if we'd shown the dome. I should have really checked what I showed in the last episode. But first things first, as you can see, we now have our 4 completed solar flowers. We now have, wait, let me do the math. We've got 4 ultimate hybrids on the very top on each one. We have 8 hybrids on each one. And then we have 16 advanced on each one. So I believe that's 64 advanced, 32 hybrid, and 4 ultimate hybrid. Now that's pretty cool. This is 100 solar panels, 25 on each, and it's generating, I think, about 1000 EU per tick, like throughout each of them. No, wait, even more than that. I can't remember. I wrote it down, but I'm not going to check now because that would just be kind of annoying. And actually, you know what? I'm going to check. It is generating 1152 EU per tick, which is quite a lot of EU, if you ask me. And that's messed up. Let's fix this quickly. Bum, ba, bum. Bum, ba, bum, bum, bum. There we go. So right, let's get into what we've done since the last episode. Now, I believe we had the tree farm set up last episode, but I changed it into a rubber farm because we kept running out of rubber and we had a lot of logs. Oh god, what am I doing? There we go. So if I go show you the tree farm quickly. Now this is a multi-block tree farm. As you can see, it's being powered here. It is intricate circuit board, so it's using a manual rubber plantation, which is just getting us loads of rubber, which gets pumped down into this barrel here. And actually, we're going to take a bunch of these out, like that. And then some dirt and fertilizer and stuff is in here. And we can take some of that wood, actually. We don't actually need that there anymore. Right, and then we have a chunk loader here, just keeping it chunk loaded. And it's being powered by a advanced solar panel, I believe, which then goes into the IC2, you know the stuff. And it works in the day. It doesn't matter because the farm it only harvests at night, in the day, sorry, because it's a solar panel. But it doesn't affect it that much, which is pretty cool. Probably stick these in our thingy here. You can see we've moved all the quarry setup away from... Here is now underground, and you may also notice I've changed texture packs. I'm now using Faithful, and I didn't put Skype on them at the start. I apologise. I'm using the Faithful 32 texture pack. Now, wait, it's 32 or 64, I'm not sure. But I really wanted to see what it looked like in kind of a HD version of vanilla. And I'm quite liking this texture pack. I might switch back. I might kind of alternate between them, I'm not sure. But at the moment, I really like this texture pack. The only thing I don't like is the actual molecular assembler. It looks a bit funny to me with this texture pack, but there you go, nothing you can really do about that. Okay, so what else have we done? Let's head downstairs. So in here we have now finished off our BDCraft machinery room. This is still a working prototype, like we're not going to have everything in here eventually in the end, but what we have is, if I show you one by one, sawmill, which is pretty cool, a thermodynamic fabricator, which is making all that stuff for us. We then have a carpenter with water in it, which I just made myself a new BLizer because I lost mine. Then this carpenter has seed oil in it, which is making us impregnated sticks for our bees. And then this one is the centrifuge, which centrifuges all of our combs. Then this one here, this is a squeezer, which squeezes seed oil. I've been using chestnuts, walnuts, and cherries in here to get seed oil, which is pretty cool. And then in here we have our carpenter with liquid honey, which is making us scented paneling for our alvearies. Now I have made some alvearies, which is pretty cool. And let me show you something a bit cool as well. We had this ME cable running down here, all the way down to the ground floor. and I thought, why not automate this comb so then to put them in one by one. So I attached an import bus on the top, an export bus, sorry, onto the top here. And is that just a weird visual bug? I hope it is. Oh, there we go. So this now exports all of our combs that we've been getting at the moment. So stringy, dripping, honey, cocoa, airy, parched and wheaten combs into the centrifuge. It automatically centrifuges them. And then underneath here there is an import bus, which you can't actually access, but that imports the items back into the ME system, so it will automatically take out all the combs and put them in the centrifuge, which is pretty cool. So that does that all automatically for us. Okay, so that's that kind of room that we've done. Let's head downstairs. And we're going to go down there later. This is our machines. I'm not sure if we showed this last time, but I've added in a centrifuge extractor, two of them to each side, and the same on the other side. Now what I've also done is, on the sides here, we have industrial electrolyzers. Now the top ones are automated, so they'll automatically output items that you put in, which is pretty cool. The bottom ones aren't, because if I show you, there isn't actually enough cable space, and there's a cable running right underneath it as well, so I'll probably work around this. I'm probably going to have the top rows automated and the bottom rows not. I really should make some more of those machines. This room's a lot more tidy now. We've got the ME system coming down here, and then same on this side. These are centrifuges. The top row are automatic, but these are also super automatic. They, as you can see, they import and export items. So at the moment, I've got these set up for the rubber. So the sticky resin we put in earlier has been automatically put into the industrial centrifuge here, and then it turns it into rubber and gets automatically taken out, which is pretty cool. So if we have a look at our rubber supply, we have 10,659 rubber, which is quite a lot of rubber in my opinion. So that's kind of that. We've still got our UU matter going. We've got 4 mass fabs, which is generating us a reasonable amount. Now there's some pretty cool things we have done since. We now have ourselves 4 adjustable energy storage units. Now the first one took us a while to make, but then once we had that, we started getting a lot more UU matter. And now we have 4, one on each corner of the solar flower. So each solar flower is powering the AESU here, which is max 100,000. Wait, is that? Yeah, 100 million EU. Yeah, 100 million EU. And that is outputting 512 EU per tick. If you come under here, you'll see kind of the wiring. Now, each of these, so these 2 solar panels come along here from that AESU there and that one there, both outputting 512 into this MFSU here, which is kept at max power, as you can see there. And then goes into a medium voltage transformer, to an LV transformer, and then under here, which powers all machines, like so. And these are MFEs here, which just keep some power stored in here, which is pretty useful, like as a buffer. But on this side, because the industrial electrolyzers use medium voltage currents, so I hooked them into an MFE. The MFE then hooks straight into the industrial electrolyzers. Whereas on this side, above the MFE here, there's an LV transformer, which puts it back into 32, which is pretty cool. We have the automatic compressors underneath here now. And we also have the same setup on this side, so 2 AESUs, outputting 512 to here, to here, to here, and into here. So yeah, these are using automatically compressing items for us. We need to add automatic furnaces and macerators in here, because macerators and furnaces are a lot quicker. Now here we have our quarry. I've set up another quad quarry, which I'm not sure if I showed you, but it's basically 4 quarries running off of a single hybrid solar panel using the BDCraft power converter. So that items get extracted here, the cobble, dirt and sand gets put into void pipes, and the cool items get put into the chest, which is then attached to an import bus right here, which imports it into the system, which is pretty cool. Over here we have ourselves an industrial blast furnace at the highest tier. Now this can make us anything we want, so as you can see here we've got titanium. This can smelt up tungsten. If I show you here, we've got 6 tungsten. I've got a lot of tungsten ore. I'll just say hi to Ollie here. This is 2600K heat. So these are the highest tier machine casings on the bottom here and the medium ones in the middle. So if I show you the recipe for them, machine casings, the advanced machine casings require chrome, data control circuits and highly advanced machine blocks. Now the highly advanced machine blocks require titanium, chrome and advanced machine blocks, hence why we're making the titanium. And then it also needs the data control circuits, which is this stuff. And this has all been put into our automatic system. So if you look in here, type machine casing, you can see you can make standard machine casings, which are already in there. But if I take all these out, you'll see you can make, oh, okay, you can't make the standard ones because I skipped them clearly. But you can make automatically make reinforced ones, advanced ones, and the highly advanced machine blocks, which is pretty cool. So this is making us the items, and that's out inputting 128 using an MFSU for backup power. And that's pretty much all we've done under here. Now let's head over here. Now you may notice we've got this massive cable running all the way along there, and that actually goes for miles if you look. It goes all the way down there. As well as this power cable here, which is again using the AESUs to go into a extreme voltage, a high voltage power consumer, sorry, turning it into Minecraft joules per tick, which it is here, which is pretty cool. So that comes all the way along here, and let's go along here. So follow this along. We have this now. What should I show you first? I'm going to be a tease and show you right to the end. Now that ME cable goes along here, and then right, I'm going to look down so you don't actually see, right along here somewhere, there is a wireless point which allows you to access the ME terminal here, and you can access it all the way down this tunnel. Now if you're looking at the minimap, you can probably see what we're heading towards. If I just give you the big reveal here. Dun, da, da, da. Welcome to EnviroSynth. This is the environmental area of Omega 3. Now this is a pretty cool environment we've been working on for quite a while. It's still not finished. We're going to add in loads of farms on each side, so we're going to branch off in tunnels and stuff. But this is the main dome area. So this is something Sam's worked really hard on that, and it actually looks amazing. So you've got this nice steps going down here, and we have ourselves the grassy area down here, which is pretty cool. It looks amazing in my opinion. And then also, just a quick thing, the ME cable also runs down here, down the middle, into the very middle of this hill, which is actually hollow, and then that allows us to access our terminal in here also. So there's nowhere in this place you can't access it, apart from maybe in here. Yeah, you can't hear because this is new, but here you can access it, which is pretty cool. And also we've got some farms in here. We've got a couple of villagers. We're getting a villager farm going so we can get loads of villagers in here. But we've got like pigs, sheep, there were chickens, and there should be an ocelot around here somewhere, but the ocelot was killing the chickens, so no chickens unfortunately. But if you look around, you'll notice we have these special trees. Now these are silver lime trees. We've got these from tree breeding, which is pretty cool. I've kind of reached the max of tree breeding that I want to do at the moment. I've kind of don't need any more, so I've got these silver lime trees, these balsa trees, which I love the wood from this, it looks really nice. And then this is my pride and joy, this is the sweet chestnut tree. This took me quite a while to get. This is what I use for seed oil now. So I don't actually use this tree, but this is the first one I ever got. So we put the 4 saplings down in here as a kind of a landmark almost, as the first ever sweet chestnut tree on the server, which is pretty cool. And there's this jungle tree here, and there's some trees around. There might be some cherry ones in here as well. But that's here, so if we just head back out here. Now this is going to be what all the environmental stuff is, so all the tunnels going off will lead to multiple farms, mob farms, cactus farms, wheat farms, you know, the usual. Then there are going to be offset rooms like we have up here. So I come up here, now welcome to the bee lab. Now this is still very basic, I haven't actually organised it properly yet. I've just been kind of getting some bees going. So if we look here, we have that MJ power line, comes down all the way here, and it splits off down here into an energy cell here, which is constantly powered, which is pretty cool. Then this goes into power this thing here, which is a gene pool. And I'm actually going to go into some bees now, some bee stuff. So if you don't like bees, then that's kind of the end of the episode. But if you like bees, then keep watching because you're going to learn some interesting stuff. So, as I was saying, this is the gene pool. Now, what you do is you put bees in here and it will turn them into liquid DNA. This then liquid up pumps it out underneath here into the tank on top, which, oh, I'm glitching out. What's going on? There we go. Which goes into the liquid DNA in this tank here, which is pretty cool. So in here at the moment I've got 1,750 liquid DNA. Now it does take quite a while. You get per bee, you get 50 DNA I think, and you can get 100 if you analyse them or BLIs. So then this power line also splits off down here to these machines here. Now the start is this side, so pardon me one second. Oh, I had a kind of hiccup. Okay, so this is an isolator. Now to use this, you simply put your bees in here, and what an isolator does is it takes traits out of bees. So if we take this wintry princess out here, and this is actually something I'm working on at the moment, the wintry princess. Get our BLizer, put the wintry princess in here. You'll see it. The species is wintry, the lifespan is short, the speed is slower, pollination slowest, flowers, flower, fertility 4. Now this is what I want at the moment. As you probably saw, I'm quite low on liquid DNA. Like, you need quite a lot of this stuff to carry on advancing up the chain. Now, to get liquid DNA you need lots of bees, and I don't have any bees. I've used up all my bees, the spare ones at least, and I need more. So this trait here, fertility 4 times. Now the bees I currently have automated are Imperial and Industrious, which I'll show you in a minute, but they don't produce a lot of offspring. So what I want to do is put the Wintry Princess in the isolator here, along with the empty serum vials, which the isolator will then take a random trait out of the Wintry Princess, go along here, into an empty serum vial and output it here. Now we wanted to get the highest fertility serum. So let's have a look. We've got freezing, which we don't want, and if I take one out here, you'll see it starts going. This uses 50 Minecraft joules per tick, so you need a lot of power for these. And then we've got wintry species, which I'll keep, just so I've got the species serum. Freezing effect, I don't want that. Flowers pollination, don't want that. Don't want that. No, don't want that. Don't want that. And you can get all these different traits out of them. We don't want any of these. And slower productivity again. So all of these are bad. We don't really want any of these. For every bee I collect, I'm getting the species serum, so I can then basically use this serum to turn any bee at all into that species, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to leave this isolated going. Let's just see what this one is. We want to get the high fertility one, which we aren't seeming to be getting. Now, it does use up the bee eventually, like maybe the bee might die on the first go, it might die on the 10th go. It will keep on lasting until the bee dies at a random time. And the empty serum vials obviously will run out as well. Now, say you've got all these empty serum vials which you don't want. So what you can do, come up to a furnace, any furnace will do, put them in here, like so, and it will smelt them up, and it will actually turn them into empty serum vials, which is what we want, because we don't want any of these. So now I've got this system to automatically put them back into the ME system. So if I then just go into my wireless terminal here, type in serum, you'll see 24, 25, and I think that is it. We've got all these serums back now. So we turned all of them into serums, which is pretty cool. And I also have the auto crafting for serum set up, which uses royal jelly as well. So you need more royal jellies. Keep that in mind. I'm going to come over to the inoculator here, isolator, sorry, stick that in there. And flowers pollination. Again, don't want any of these, so I'm just going to leave this going. And we're going to get back to that in a sec. Okay, so the next machine along here is a synthesizer. Now a synthesizer uses liquid DNA, which is the DNA here. Now that's getting pumped out the side of the tank here. I'll show you up here. It's getting pumped out the side of the tank, when I turn it on at least, and it's going into the 2 middle machines. And I'm trying to store up liquid DNA before I actually start using it again. So in the synthesizer here, what you do is, as you can see, on the serum it says empty and average quality. Now empty, that is where the charges go, and you'll see the durability bar. When it's empty, it is like this. When it has a certain amount used, so for example this one, it says 9 charges, which is about halfway through. You can get 18 charges, I believe. So you can actually see the durability is halfway through here, which is pretty cool. So if you put this in a synthesizer, it will use liquid DNA, and you'll see this cool pattern thingy go up here. Now this does take time. It is pretty much, you're doing genetic manipulation pretty much, so you do need to give this some time. Let's put this one back. And then once you've done that to max, you can then do this, I think, 18 times, and each time it does this process, it will give you 1 charge. So if you just wait till it reaches the top here, there you go, 1 charge. Now that basically means that it can happen every 1 time. So if we come along here, like this, it's going to keep doing it until it gets to 18 charges and use up a tiny bit of liquid DNA each time. Now, as it goes on here, as it puts charges in with the synthesizer, the quality will decrease. So this time you'll probably see the quality go down. Okay, maybe not, because I'm stupidly unlucky like that. But every time it charges, by the time it gets to 18 charges, or the max amount of charges, it will have probably awful quality, which this one here has awful quality. Now if I look at one that's been finished, you'll see it has 16 charges is the max, and you'll see it says excellent quality. And that's because I put it into a purifier. So once this is done, I would take this, and there you go, poor quality. The quality decreases as you add more into it. So once it's at 16 charges, you want to increase the quality now. So you'll then move it into the purifier. Now I just purified a majestic species serum. So as it's awful quality, it will then go up, it won't lose any charges, it will then purify the serum, so it's excellent quality. Now you have to do this, you can't use non-excellent quality serums. So now I have myself a new serum here, which is pretty cool. Stick this in my safe here. And over time, since I've started my liquid DNAs and genetic manipulation with my bees, I've got myself quite a few cool serums. I've got, as you can see, Imperial Species, Industrious Species, Unweary, Valiant, Aura, Cultivated, Rural, Noble, Diligent and Majestic. And I've also got down here Modest, Forest, Common, and that shouldn't be down there. And I've also got the Wintry one in here, which is pretty cool. Now, what do you do with all these serums once you've got them? Now let's say I want to get myself a Noble bee. So let's take the Noble serum here. And we're not going to do this, but what you would do is, this is an inoculator, which is the last machine in the kind of the chain. So you start with the isolator, synthesizer, purifier, inoculator. Now the inoculator, you will put the serum into here, like so. This uses 25 microjoules per tick. I should have gone over this, sorry. This one uses 100, the purifier is the most expensive one, and the synthesizer uses 50. And as you can see, the liquid DNA is going down here. So you have the inoculator here. Now what you can see it's like an injection. So basically what happens is you would put a bee in here. You can put up to, what's that, 6, and then it will do the injection. It will take about a couple minutes, and it will put 1 charge into the bee. Now that might not do it, it might need to go again. So it will keep going. Then once the bee has the trait you were trying to put on, so say, I apologise, that was a really loud motorbike outside my house. I apologise. So each charge it will decrease. So every time it does the cycle, it will decrease 1 charge. And now once the bee gets the full-on trait that you were putting on it, it will be put into here, and the next one in the line will go into here. And it will keep inoculating them with the serum. Now when it gets down to 0 charges, again, it will be 0 charges, excellent quality. The whole cycle begins again. You come to the synthesizer. You will put this in the synthesizer, give it all the charges back. That will then decrease the quality. You'd then put it in the purifier, and so on. So that's kind of how genetic manipulation works with bees. And as you see here, I've got some quite weird ones. I've got effect cancellation, long lifespan, no humidity tolerance, no temp tolerance, default territory, slower productivity, and you get kind of all these. Some of them are really good. So let's just check out the isolator here. You have no humidity, wintry species, freezing, flowers, freezing, short, up 1. And we still don't have what we want, so we're going to get this going again. We want to get the fertility out of this so I can get more liquid DNA. But now we've got all of these empty serums again, which we don't need, so I can go put them in the furnace. Now onto the other room, which you probably saw when I went out to put them in the furnace the first time, is this room. This is going to be the alveary production room. Now at the moment, I've only got 2 alvearies. It's taken me quite a while to get these, and I want to automate producing alvearies completely. So by the time I want to have like a chest here in this corner that I can right click on, and it will have the alveary blocks in it ready for me to build. Now to do this, you need royal jelly and pollen. Now obviously to get royal jelly and pollen you need industrious bees, which are in this alveary, and imperial queens, which are in this alveary. So these alvearies are automated the same way you would automate bees normally. Like you have a wooden pipe set to output all the time with an energy pulse. As you can see, stuff's coming out here. It will then go through. The offspring will go down the iron pipe in the middle there, and the bees will go back into the alveary to be automated again, like so. Now the iron pipe goes down underground using sandstone pipes, so it doesn't connect to anything, comes up and then into the chest here. And here we have ourselves stringy combs, dripping combs, pollen and royal jelly. And in this one obviously I've got the imperial queens, which is doing the exact same thing. Now I'm not going to get into this episode, but because we're in a desert biome, the climate was arid. The temperature was 200 degrees, the humidity was 0. Now to fix this I had to put in fans and hygo regulators, which that sounds pretty confusing, but trust me it's not. You can't see the hygo regulators, but at the very back, don't know if you want to see, yeah, there we go. We've got an aqueous accumulator, which goes into 2 blocks in the middle of the alveary, which are hygo regulators. Now each hygo regulator in the alveary will decrease the, each hygo regulator with water will increase the humidity. So because there's 2, it's increased it by 40%, so it increases it 20% each time. It's the same in this one. Now I also wanted to decrease the temperature. So to do that, I added in fans. Now I've got, wait, let me count, 1, 2, 3, 4, I've got 5 fans. The thing with fans is they require energy to run. So that's what I've done here. I've hooked up energy, so all these fans are now running. And the exact same thing on this side. So that's decreased the temperature so that now all bees can work in the desert climate using alvearies. Now I could obviously use genetic manipulation to apply the high tolerance, like the up 5 tolerance, down 5 tolerance, and all that sort of stuff. If you know bees, you know what I'm talking about. But I haven't actually got any of those bees yet, so I can't do that just yet. But this is a pretty decent way. It's quite cheap, so I wasn't really having a problem with that. So that's now producing me royal jelly and pollen, which I can then go and use to make out scented panelling, which I was making in the upstairs place. Now if we have a look, scented panelling, I've already got 68 for my next one. You need a 216 scented panelling. That's actually quite a lot. So this has kind of been the biggest project that we've been working on recently. Now I know Sam's going to be working on adding the walls on very soon. Probably tonight we're going to do that. And last night we did do a live stream, guys. It was the test live stream, but I think we might be live streaming again tonight for a bit, maybe a couple hours. So I'll put up a video on this channel if we're going to live stream, and you can actually come watch, ask us questions, you know, do all that sort of stuff. Now this is the other, the tunnel we're kind of working on the most at the moment. So this is going to be the matter chamber, and down here it's going to have rooms again offset, which are going to have all the high-tech GregTech machines. For example, the industrial blast furnace, industrial grinders, all that sort of stuff. And we might actually end up using the industrial grinder as an ore processor. So we've got all these machines, and then we get here and we get this massive door. Now this is still a massive work in progress. We are still building this, and Sam was just about to build the dome when he had to go off. So keep walking forward. Piston door opens automatically. Obviously it's not finished yet because you've got all these pistons showing and stuff, but there's going to be an elevator here which comes down, and right here is going to be a walkway into the middle of a sphere. Now at the moment there's not, because if you come down here you'll see we've actually used the filler to clear out this area, but in this area there's going to be a massive sphere which is going to have our matter generation in, so UU matter generation is going to be in this sphere. Now if you're familiar with X-Men, you'll know what I'm talking about. Cerebro, we're designing it exactly like that, which I think is going to be an amazing build. So that's that kind of project. That's what we're working on at the moment as well. So that's kind of what I've been busy doing. So if I just take you up here quickly, this is kind of what we've done so far. We've also gone completely self-sufficient. We're now generating all our own power. Previously we were using the workshop power, which is like the community workshop, to power the ME system. And wow, our drive's getting really full now. Yeah, we were using the ME system to power this. But now we've gone onto a complete kind of like self-sufficient. So we've got on the top here, I believe this is an Ultimate Hybrid. Ultimate Hybrid, yep, which goes into BDCraft, what's it called? Oh, you know what I mean, like Industrial Craft, HV Consumer, Energy Bridge, BC Producer. And then that goes into an Energy Tesseract, which is powering the machines downstairs. And then this also goes down into the energy cell here to keep things charged, just in case we run out of power. And then this is powering the ME controller, which I've moved it up here. Now also something I have done is I added this ender chest. So now I have a bag with all my tools in and stuff. So in here I've got soldering iron, sapphire pick, rock cutter, electric wrench, some grafters, a quarry link book, and some trees and so on. Put my Beelizer back in there. And that goes into here, so if I die with instead of dying with a bag on me, like in lava and losing all the tools in the bag, the tools will always be in this ender chest up here, and I can just access them from the bag, or I can make a new bag, which is pretty useful. Now I just want to show you one more thing before we leave the episode off there, is when I was tree breeding, I kind of got a lot of annoying saplings. So if we have a look, lots of saplings here, lots of cherry trees. I haven't even treealized all of these, but there's lots of like apple oak, hill cherry, silver lime, silver birch, and in this one more saplings, and then this one more saplings. A lot of these are purebred, so that's pretty cool. And then if we fly over to my old base where the trees are being bred, you can see I've still got all these trees over here which I haven't actually dealt with yet, and they're still mutating, but I've just got the balsa wood trees, which is what these trees we're working to breed. So yeah, I'm actually going to end the episode off here, guys, Be sure to come check out the live stream later if we do one. Again, I'll upload a video to the live stream I'll upload a video on YouTube, to the live stream. Probably be around later tonight, probably 11 o'clock tonight, maybe a bit later. I expect I'll be up late working on this tonight, so I might be live streaming late. Then the link to my JustinTV/Twitch TV account is in the description right now, so you can go and follow me on there. And yeah, I shall see you guys in the next episode.